Okay guys, here's the thing. I did my review for Deadpool 2 a few days ago, edited it and uploaded it to YouTube, ready to go. But it was blocked. Fox claimed there was a copyright issue and YouTube blocked the video. So I deleted it. I didn't want any issues with YouTube. Copyright infringement is a serious thing. So I got rid of the video. So I've done a re-edit, changed a few things around. So I was, hopefully not breaching any issues with Fox. But what I didn't understand was it was blocked, but it was still getting views. So it was a little bit weird, but I pulled it down just in case. What I didn't understand also is I did the video my usual way. I do my reviews, and then I kind of just sprinkle some scenes from trailers, like as the opening credit at the beginning of the video, and then just sprinkle some scenes in through the review. Apparently Fox didn't like that, so I've had to redo. So here is my new review, slightly edited to keep myself out of trouble. Hope you enjoy. Hey guys, so I just finished watching on 4K HDR, and this was so much fun. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I really loved that first one back in the day, and when they said they were doing a sequel, hey man, totally on board. And with the introduction of Josh Brolin, aka Thanos, as Cable, perfect casting. This film does not take itself seriously at all, much like that first film. Ryan Reynolds was born to play Wade Wilson. Deadpool often breaks the fourth wall in this thing, talking to the audience and just making so many pop culture references all the way through the film. It's fun from start to finish. I really liked this too, because this is the super duper cut. I didn't see the movie at theaters. I missed it, and a lot of my friends are kind of bitterly disappointed in me for not checking it out sooner. So the version I saw, the super duper cut, obviously, is different to the original cut in terms of length. So I don't know what scenes were included in this cut versus the original. This did seem overlong in certain scenes, and I'll get to that soon. One scene kind of just like started killing my life a little bit. But for the most part, this film was just rock solid entertainment. From the action choreography, the stunts were amazing, the fight scenes were cool. Deadpool taking to people with his sword, chopping people up nicely. They don't hold back on the red stuff in this. Once again, he's got his red pants on just as well. Ryan Reynolds has so much fun with his character. It's just, he's basically just given a license to run amok. He's always been known for having a bit of a smart mouth and a really sarcastic sense of humor, and he just lets that flow all the way through this film. He's perfectly made for the role of Deadpool, and the fight scenes were fun, and the story itself was really quite simple but brilliant. We all know the story of Cable. He comes from the future, and he's basically got a mission. He wants to kill a child, played by Gillian Dennison, who's got powers, who can burn with his bare hands and throw fireballs. He's basically Johnny Storm. He has killed Cable's wife and child in the future. So Cable does a Terminator 2, and they actually use some of the sound effects from Terminator 2 in this movie for some of the scenes. Mind blown. He does the Terminator, comes back in time to kill the child, and it's Deadpool's job to protect the kid. And it's just fun. Marina Baccarin is back in an extended cameo in this one. Love her ever since Firefly. I've been a fan of hers, and Homeland. She has a lot of fun on the role. What time she has. I don't want to get into the spoilers too much though, but she doesn't stick around too much in this one. They say it all. The opening credits, just like that first film, it's basically a bunch of statements rather than people's names, and it was straight out the gate. It was just on. So in the cast we've got Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson, Deadpool, once again bringing the charm, nailing it. Josh Brolin as Cable, having done such an amazing job behind the scenes in Avengers Infinity War. He did Thanos, but it was all a lot of digital work. He did motion capture in that film, so he didn't really get to see a lot of his face, although his face was presented so well as Thanos in that film. Here he is, not a lot of makeup, although his arm looks really cool, ripping it up as Cable. I've been a fan of Josh Brolin's since The Goonies, back in the day, where he played Brand, the brother of Mikey. And there are references to The Goonies in this as well. Once again, Gillian Dennison, a young New Zealand actor, playing the role of Fire Fist, the young kid, Russell, living it up. He's quite a talented little actor, actually, so I think he's going to be one to watch. and Zazie Beetz as Domino. There was a bit of controversy going into this film because Domino did not look like as she was drawn in the comics. But hey, that happens sometimes. I thought she was really cool in the role. TJ Miller returns. I can give or take TJ Miller, to be perfectly honest with you. Leslie Uggams is back as Blind Owl. Once again, not really a lot for her to do in this one. And Karen Sony as Dopinder. A lot of laughs from that guy in this film. Also, we have got the generation of the X-Force. I really don't know what to say about it because I don't want to spoil it. I was completely blown away by the actors they got to appear as the X-Force. Rob Delaney as Peter was a truly masterstroke. Just saying though. Go Peter. But then we had mini spoiled territory because I just got to talk about it, okay? Bill Skarsgård as Zeitgeist, fresh off It as Pennywise, no makeup. You can see his beautiful face in this one. I was very happy to see him on screen. Terry Crews as Bedlam. Who doesn't love Terry Crews? So awesome to see him here. Louis Tan as Shatterstar. I know he's in the TV series Into the Badlands. I've got it on my pile to watch. I've not seen it yet. It looks sick, but I know he's in that. And also, the biggest cameo of the movie completely blew me away. It was on screen for like 5 seconds. Apparently, it was a couple of days worth of work, but we have Brad Pitt as the Vanisher. Perfect. He was invisible for most of the movie until he had his unfortunate scene where he perished via electricity, and he appears for those 2 seconds, and it's like I'm like, was that Brad Pitt? Holy shit! Perfect. Alan Tudyk was in this as Luke the Redneck, and we had Matt Damon in here as Redneck too, credited as Dickie Greenleaf. I'm gonna have to watch this again now because Matt Damon also did that appearance in Thor Ragnarok. That's very cool. There's going to be mild spoilers because you can't talk about this movie without going into spoilers a little bit. I'm very late to the party. But anyhow, the scene in that first movie where Deadpool goes to the X-Men mansion and it's just basically Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And he actually dropped the statement, you don't think they'd spend the budget and pull more actors in here? We're like, where's all the X-Men? It's just the two of them. And he drops that line again here in this one. He's in his wheelchair. Professor X's wheelchair after he's hurt, and he's at the mansion and he's wheeling around and he's just complaining to Colossus about the sparsity of people. There's no one around. Where's all the X-Men? You think Fox would drop him a dime, and you see one scene where Beast is closing the doors very slowly, and you got the X-Men from First Class, the First Class universe X-Men in the background acting very, very quiet, hiding. I spotted Evan Peters. I didn't pause it to see who the other X-Men were, but they're all there, and they're just slow, and Beast is just closing the door, hiding them from view, and I was just like, oh, that is sick. That was a nice touch. So they obviously do have a bit more of a budget in this one because you can tell right away that first film was a smaller budget thing. This one, the special effects have been improved. The runtime is incredibly long, and you can see the money on screen. It was just a really good step up from that first film. Although comparing them though, I don't know if I'm going to be controversial here. I still prefer Deadpool 1 to part 2. I think because it was just such a small, simple, condensed story that was just witty, charismatic, and a lot of fun. This one, it was witty, charismatic, and a lot of fun, but I think there was a little bit of overkill in some scenes, particularly the Deadpool death scene at the end. Now, I don't know if the cut that I watched is different to the theatrical cut, but the scene where Ryan Reynolds was dying, well, not Ryan Reynolds, Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson was dying. They've got these little collars which take away their powers. So he has sacrificed himself. Cable has tried to shoot the kid. Deadpool jumped in the way to take the bullet because he's trying to redeem the kid. So he's done that, sacrifice himself. And then his death scene went on for about, I didn't time it, but it felt like 10 minutes. I did kind of find myself frowning at the movie at that point. Just like, get on with it. I get the joke. I understand the humor of this thing. I've been going along with it for the whole movie to this point. But at that very moment where that extended cut of his death scene just took me out of the movie and I wanted it to end. That's the only gripe I have though. The rest of it was pretty cool. So the director was David Leitch. And he also didn't he? He did that one that I like. Okay, The Division, Hobbs and Shaw. Oh, Hobbs and Shaw, that's going to be like a spin-off of Fast and the Furious. He did the video short for Celine Dion, Ashes, the film clip, Atomic Blonde, and John Wick. uncredited because there was 2 directors to John Wick. John Wick was amazing though. The John Wick trilogy, the first 2 films were amazing. Going to be a 3rd one, Keanu Reeves. So yeah, he was part of one of that film, and I fell in love with John Wick. That was amazing. So when I heard he was coming back for this one, well, coming over to Deadpool 2, I was very excited because he's got a great eye, and the action scenes in this, like I said, were amazing. The soundtrack was sick. Having the wonderful Celine Dion open the movie with her Ashes song and then Turn Back Time by Cher at the end over the ending credits was amazing as well. So there's a lot of fun to be had in this movie. Now with Fox giving the X-Men franchise back to Marvel, I don't know how we're going to be going. I don't know if we're going to be getting these kind of harder edge superhero movies like Deadpool, Logan, and then Deadpool 2. Rated R, very violent, foul language, explicit, hell fun. But I don't know if Disney's going to allow that to happen. So this could have been the last in the R-rated universe of these movies. I hope not. I hope they kind of come to some kind of agreement or arrangement to have these movies continue, because Ryan Reynolds is just so much fun as Deadpool. But if they made it a PG thing, if they lost that edge, it would affect the movie quite a lot. Although they could play around with it and have beeps and have Deadpool like swearing and then beeps dropping in, and he'd be like, what the what's going on? You know, you could see they play around with that and the gore. No, they're gonna be R-rated, man. I love the fact that X-Men is coming back to the Marvel Universe. I really am. I love the series. I love what Bryan Singer did with that original trilogy of films and then the First Class series. Love it to death. I've got all the movies and I'm going to try and do reviews for those eventually. But coming over to Disney, yeah, Marvel's going to recast, I'd imagine. I could picture Wolverine coming back to some capacity after Hugh Jackman has given it away. But yeah, it remains to be seen what happens next. But Deadpool 2, I really, really enjoyed it for what it was. But the 4K looked amazing. The HDR really shined. You could see all the seams in Deadpool's suit. It was red but very dirty as well, so all those highlights really shone. The explosions were beautiful. The day-night scenes were amazing. So yeah, the color really popped. Getting to the point of seeing so many 4K movies now that I forget to actually look at how the HDR looks, but it does look amazing. So giving Deadpool 2 a rating out of 10, I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 because it was fun. I really, really enjoyed it. So anyway, guys, that's the end of that review for Deadpool 2. Thanks for checking into my channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.